One of the most important steps in selling the property is to create massive exposure for your property. So, my job as a listing agent is to take your property, shine a light on it, and get as many eyeballs on your property as possible. So, your property will be displayed on about 800 websites, plastered all over internet, so that we can create massive exposure to the buyers online. Now, how do we know if my marketing effort is working? So once a week, you'll get a report from Century 21 called Golden Ruler Report that tracks how many times your property has been viewed online. So it's not just flipping through your property on Zillow or Trulia, but it tracks the detailed online views where people have actually stopped flipping, clicked through your web property, and shown interest in your property. So I look at how many detailed views your property is getting online, and once a week you'll get a report from me as to showing how many people are viewing, which towns are people viewing it from. That shows where are our potential buyers. So I keep track of it and I will send you a report once a week. That's how I know if my marketing is working. So I can create massive exposure for your property and I can track the number of views that your property is getting. So if I track the number of views and then I can see these certain number of views should translate to a certain number of showings in our market. So by tracking that, the number of views and comparing it to the number of showings we are getting, we can pretty much assess how the market is reacting to your property. In our market, it takes about 7 days for the market to really kick in. So based on the number of showings compared to the number of views, I can pretty much know how the market is responding or reacting to the property as to whether they see any value in the property or what their thoughts are. So after about 7 to 14, in between 7 to 14 days, if we are seeing strong online views and that converts into a strong number of showings, there's no problem at all. We're creating massive exposure. People are looking at the property online, showing interest, booking showings, coming and seeing the property, and it will eventually lead to a sale. There's no issue with that. Now, if for some reason, if I find that the online number of views are really low and we don't even have enough showings, then it must be something at my end. Marketing needs to be upped, and I'll have to do something internally to create more exposure for your property. So I'll be doing something from my end to boost the exposure for your property. The third thing that can happen is that we are seeing strong online views numbers, but it's not translating into showings. That means people are watching the property online, seeing the property online, but they don't have so much interest to come and see the property in person. So these are some of the things I wanted to prep you about. My job as a listing agent is to create as many online views as possible, and that should translate into showings if you're priced correctly. So you'll get a report once a week from me that shows the online number of views, and we can compare it to the number of showings we are getting, and we can have an assessment of where we are priced based on the feedback the market is giving us.